All right, 1 o'clock now here on this Friday afternoon on the KFIR Plus News Desk. And today we are joined with Leanne Styszowski, host of Western Edge Living and the new CEO of Able Inc., Janelle Stoneking. Welcome to you both today. How are you?
Welcome. Thank you in
Oh,
her office right
hey,
now, but
we're
she'll be here in a minute.
okay. Yeah, we lost audio there. You said something about right as soon as you said thank you, we lost your audio.
Oh yeah, yep. She's on her way. She'll be here in just a minute. Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
no problem.
We're good?
Yep, got you now. Gotcha.
Okay,
So
great.
great lineup this weekend. You're going to have Janelle on with you. Can you introduce, kind of give us a background so the viewers, once she gets on with us, we can have an idea of who we're speaking with?
Wonderful. Yep. So she was the training director, technical director. Now she's the CEO of Able here, and she's had her hands in quite a bit of work here in the Dickinson area, from getting the Southwest Art and Science Center going with Rich Wardner, one of my guests previously, with the
Mm.
Enchanted Highway, and
Mm-hmm.
he and her worked together right in his very kitchen, and oh, she started preschools here. I really wish that she was here so that she could tell us about her upbringing to where she's at now. But a few of the things that we talked about in the show was the Abel's partnership with the Rough Rider area Career and Technical Training Center. They've partnered together to bring together the next generation of um, DPSs, direct support professionals.
Sure.
So with that, students in school get to train and earn an income and learn valuable career training through this system. So if they're enrolled in CTE, it's great for students interested in healthcare, health sciences, human sciences, and education. And
It's a great stepping
another thing
stone for those youngsters.
Yeah, it is. And it gives their parents a sense of knowing that they're being suited for their futures, and
Mm-hmm.
as well as bringing in an income while they're still in school. So it's a perfect approach from school to career building, which is something that I covered recently in Heart River Voice. And I work pretty closely with writing Able stories. I think what they do is wonderful here, working with men and women who suffer intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that every community needs to really focus on, in my opinion, to make sure that we include all individuals and their needs, not just going back and fixing things and acquiring services and um,
Sure.
places for them to be. It gives them a sense of dignity.
Well, let me ask you, Leanne, what inspired you to focus this week's episode on Janelle and Able Inc.?
Well, this is something that Bill put together,
Mm-hmm.
and when I seen that she was on the lineup, I was like, oh, I work quite closely with them. He's like, you need to visit with Janelle, and I actually have come to really like Janelle. She's such a wonderful, warm individual, and she just does so much for this community. I mean, she's really involved in everything. Um,
Sure.
she's quite the personality. I really enjoyed visiting with her this week, and I can't wait for you guys to see the show.
Well, fantastic. We can't wait as well. Of course, it is Western Edge Living. It's Sunday mornings, 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain Time on West Dakota Fox. I'm sure you've got plenty of questions that you've asked Janelle. I've got a handful as well. I would like to ask, I don't know if I can ask you the questions or should we just wait for Janelle?
Let's just roll with it. Let's see if I
Okay.
can answer. Go ahead.
Okay, so what exactly does Able Inc. do for the community? What is their purpose? I guess.
Well, they provide support services to individuals, like I said, living with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
They train DPS workers, and to work in their home with them within the community as well, so that they can have the quality of life that they deserve as well. They teach things like empathy, and pity doesn't exactly mean dignity. And
Right.
if you want to know how to support your folks that are living with those disabilities, just ask them.
Mm.
They're just like us, and they want to communicate with us as well. And another great thing that they do is they provide housing. All of the buildings that they've put up around here are just absolutely phenomenal. So people get to live independently and have the quality of life that they deserve. They serve Bowman, Hettinger, and Dickinson,
Hmm.
as well as Scranton. I do believe is what I read. So the Bowman Landing in Bowman has recently gone through renovations to create carports where handicap accessible vehicles can get in and out, so individuals don't have to be transported in the inclement weather here, especially in the winter.
Sure. Yeah.
Another great thing that they did was provide a handicap, well, not a handicap, I have to look here, what's it called, a universal adult changing place, complete with showers and an adult bed for changing, so that
Hmm.
individuals aren't having to be changed out in public on a floor, or have to go
Yeah.
home and be in dangerous situations. It's one of the only ones in the state, so that's great. Um, there are some requirements to be able to use it. You just have to go to the front desk, and they want you to sign in somehow. And I don't have that information with me right now, but there is a little bit of a process, but it is open to everybody, and it's such a valuable asset to the community.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she answered this question. You touched on it just a few minutes ago, but what drew Janelle to I guess work with Able? She was with them earlier, previous, but you said that she was doing some other stuff as well with Rich Wardner.
Yeah, Rich Wardner. Yep, they got going with. Well, she met with him, and they worked together to get the Southwest Science and Art Center going. She still works with
Hmm.
them pretty closely. Really, she's kind of involved in a lot of things, and we talked about a bunch of those things on the show. She has a daycare center, or Able has a daycare center that they're putting. Oh, there she is!
I
Thank
had a floor plan issue.
heavens! Hey, Jay, she's here.
So sorry.
Okay.
She's a busy lady.
Yeah,
She's
had an issue with the floor plan. So you just figure it out, right? I
So
apologize.
good to see you.
Hello.
Well,
Jay,
hello, Janelle.
this is Janelle Stone King, CEO of Able Incorporated.
Well, thank you for joining us,
So
Janelle,
glad
this
that
afternoon. We were just talking with Leanne about what drew you to Able Inc. What brought you into the fold?
I had started working here about 28 years ago as a DSP. I had a friend who I was looking for a job, and she said, "Oh, you're nice. You should work at Able. That's where all the nice people work." And I just never left.
Okay.
I found my place here. It became a new family to me, and I've never left. So
How do rural communities like those in the southwest portion? You've got, I think Hettinger, you said Bowman, Dickinson, that you're, and Scranton, Leanne said as well. They're facing some unique challenges. I guess what kind of challenges and what kind of opportunities do you have there?
historically, agencies like Able Incorporated, any of us healthcare providers, have challenges in finding qualified employees to fill positions. We're blessed that at this position, we are doing very well. Our entry level positions are pretty much full. As out of our 255 employees we have, but we do still need a couple of nurses, and so that's one thing that we are always looking
Mm.
for, and a case manager or two. But it is a wonderful career field to be in, to be able to support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and just help them live life. It's
Sure.
a fabulous career.
You've got quite a staff, about 200, I think, in your support staff. What do you think Able does differently in preparing people for this work?
You know, right now our staffing is at 255 currently. So we
Wow.
continue to grow, and there is a lot of training that goes into the work we do, not only philosophically on understanding disability and the importance of how to support people well and help them live amazing lives and in accordance to what they want for themselves and helping them learn to advocate for themselves. So it does take a lot of training for our staff to gain that skill set. It is, I mean, our organization keeps growing as well. I had no doubt we'll be over 300 employees probably within the next 18 months, which is exciting. There's
Yeah.
a huge need for our services, and we keep finding the right employees. And so we're excited to grow.
What qualities do you look for when someone joins Able beyond their resume? Of course, as you mentioned at the top, fun, and you got to be nice.
Right? I think some people, you know, you often hear verbiage like somebody says, oh, it takes a special person to work there. It doesn't at all. We're kind of offended by that kind of language, honestly. The reality is, if you enjoy people and you love helping others live their best life, this is a career for you. I mean, that's really
Hmm.
what it is. It's recognizing the sameness in all of us versus criticizing the differences. If you are somebody who just truly enjoys time with people and learning from others and helping others learn, that's the ticket. That's all we need.
Sure. How do people with Able now serve? How do people with Able serve your decisions and priorities as leaders?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
So, how do the people Able serves the people that you help out? How do they influence your decisions and your priorities?
Oh, they're right alongside us leaders of the organization making decisions.
Hmm.
Many of the decisions that we move forward, especially even like now as our vocational programs are expanding, those decisions are all made based on what people are wanting. What kind of careers are they wanting support with? What kind of things do they want to see as opportunities that we help provide? We really look at the families of the folks we support and the people and what they want, and kind of let them guide us and what the services do. So it
And,
is a important piece for us that we're meeting the needs of what people's desires are.
yeah. How are the communities supporting your efforts?
We are so blessed. Dickinson here, we have so much support just from the general community by people providing donations for our thrift store. And the dollars, the profits that come in from that store help us with so many unique initiatives. Much of our programming and services isn't funded holistically. You know, we get dollars through home and community-based services or Title 19. There's different funds that come into us to provide
Hmm.
services, but it doesn't cover many of the quality of life items or the innovation, the technology, a lot of those pieces that we do. So thrift store dollars help us get so much further faster. And the community has been wonderful in Dickinson supporting us that way. Bowman and Hettinger just helping us find the right work for folks, employment and volunteer opportunities. People are woven into businesses and organizations all over these communities. And that's what's making the big difference in people's lives. So we are blessed that our communities are so supportive of our mission and are walking side by side with us.
As you said minutes ago, that your personnel could reach 300 in the next 18 months to 2 years. Where do you see Able Inc. in the next, say, 3 to 5 years, as far as what you're
I
planning on
believe
doing?
I believe we continue to look at what the needs are of the community overall and looking at the wait lists of the people who are seeking our services. Right now, residential support is a high need. So I anticipate us
Hmm.
opening a new program or two in the next 3 to 5 years to support people residentially. We want to get people off those wait lists and living a better life that they're waiting for. Right now, people are struggling with housing and finding the supports they need. So that's important to us. on the work side, we're really trying to do a lot more community employment, where we provide side by side support with people having jobs at various businesses and organizations around our communities. What we do at the thrift store is very specialized, and we can accommodate specific needs, but we want people out working anywhere they want to work, not just within our own businesses that we own at Able. So that's another piece. We are trying to expand our healthcare partnerships. Healthcare is tough in all of our rural
Yeah.
regions,
Hmm.
and we support people who are medically fragile or have very unique healthcare needs, and finding the right providers can be very challenging. So for us, expanding those partnerships and trying to draw in the right people to these communities to serve and support our needs is tremendously important. So we're looking at how we can do that in Southwest North Dakota. Those are just a
Well,
few initiatives that are at the top of my list right now, and that we're making direct action steps on.
we should ask Janelle, how long have you been the CEO? It says new in front of your title. I guess that could be 6 months. I'm not sure how long you've been the CEO.
So I officially took over January 1 of this year.
Okay.
Many of the things I'm doing, though, I've been a key part of for quite some time. My previous position at Able was as director of training and development, and so I've been involved in a lot of the systems that have been developed in the last 10 years. So it's not too big of a stretch for me to jump in,
Hmm.
thankfully, and I'm not going underwater yet, so we're doing a-okay.
Janelle,
So
you've been
far, so
pretty
good.
involved with things like the Southwest Art and Science Center. And let's talk about the daycare that you provide. This is pretty new.
Yeah, that's one passion of mine. I am just a very community-minded person. I'm very driven
Hmm.
to build community. And I think that's something that Able really instilled in me, because a big piece of our role is getting people involved in the communities and creative, really inclusive communities. So they kind of raised me here at Able to think that way. So I
Right.
have done a lot within in Dickinson here. I helped found the Southwest Art Gallery and Science Center, a beautiful new initiative we have in Dickinson downtown. That's kind of my side project for fun. Um, at Able here, we're just opening a daycare. That's where I was at as I was running in frantically. Had some issues with our planning, things that we needed immediately today. So we didn't intend to open a daycare business by any means, but with expanding our vocational programs, we purchased a building and it had a daycare in it already,
Oh,
and that daycare was going to close. Well, we know how key those daycare slots are in this
Mhm.
region of North Dakota. So we ended up pursuing licensing for Able to be able to run and operate that daycare. So just new things all the time as we look at
okay.
what needs are there.
You've got quite a few hats that you're wearing, Janelle. So good for you. You're a busy person.
Yes, you
Before
do.
we before we wrap things up with you, the episode is coming up Sunday morning again, 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain, Western Edge Living. Leanne, is there anything that you want to tell the viewers here that you covered that they should look forward to the visit with Janelle here Sunday morning?
Oh, certainly. Well, I mean, I think we kind of covered that, and just making sure that we're building communities and establishments that are fully inclusive to all individuals and all of their needs, and that everybody deserves dignity and quality of life. We need to
Hmm.
keep that in mind as we're building our communities out, and that was pretty much the main focus. I mean, we really talked a lot, and you covered a lot today too.
I love that. I appreciate you covering for me while I was tardy. So
She did a
I
good
do
job.
apologize
She did a
for
great
that.
job.
But to me, that is the biggest piece of what we do, is how do we see each other as humans, no matter our differences and no matter how we interact with the world around us, that there's so much that we have that is the same. We all experience the same emotions and in life and have very basic human needs. So finding love and support for each other is key, and welcoming each other no matter our differences. That's really how we live here at Able, and we encourage our communities to feel the same.
Well, we wish you continued success. The new CEO of Able Inc., Janelle Stone King, you can catch her Sunday morning with Leanne on Western Edge Living on Fox Television. That's, of course, again, 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain Time. Thank you both for your time today. I sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 19 past the hour. We'll take a break. We're right back here with more next on KFYR Plus.